And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful corona-free day. It is Sunday, 9:25 in the morning, December the 20th. How are you doing? Intro took a little while, but anyway. And by the way, my hair is looking kind of frazzled, but regardless. All right, I got things to say, and I'm going to say it. So, you know, I really have been trying to make a lot of my videos because people got lives and things to do, stuff like that, and so forth, so on. Around like 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, because there's just so many entertaining things out there, and until I get more of a vast majority of listeners and everything like that, I try to keep it brief, concise, but powerful, you know? So here's the thing. Everything is easy. That's the topic of discussion, all right? And this is what I mean by it. You know, somebody told me the other day something that I did not, I have zero agreement with, okay? And they said, oh, whatever, something was hard, regardless of what it is, okay? And I instantly disagreed, and I started to kind of get on a tangent, and it was such a true statement. I felt it necessary, not just for myself, but for everyone else. So here it is. Everything is easy. And here's what I'm getting at. If you were to do a task that's brand new, you haven't ever done before, someone might say, when you're first starting to get something, that it's hard. And you could say this is common sense, but it's really not. It should be. Okay, but it's not. Everything is easy because the only perceived moment is just a perception of something being difficult. And that's a temporary moment. So if you start something knowing that you should automatically be slower when you're learning something as compared to faster once you've learned it, then that aspect, it's no longer difficult. And an even more true aspect, it wasn't ever difficult to begin with. You were just learning it. Okay? So if somebody says like, oh, learn Chinese. I'm just giving an example, okay? Oh, it's such a hard language. No, it's not. There's no such thing as hard. There's no such thing as difficult. Okay? Everything is easy. Everything. Doesn't matter what it is. If you take a day of Chinese, you know more than you did the day before. Okay? So between how well you obtain the information, how much you learn it from different angles. One of the best things about being a master of something is learning something from different angles, different points of view. Formulating your own opinion, your own theories, and stuff like that. But when it comes to difficulty, there's no such thing as difficulty. Now, you could say, oh, it's difficult for you, but how much do you practice it? Okay? And if you don't care to practice something, that's different. If you take two individuals trying a task that neither of them had before, there may be crossover experience that may help the one person more than the other. So if a guy is completely unathletic compared to some guy is athletic, and you were to make up a new sport with all these different rules, the guy that's more athletic, because it is sports related, even though it's a new sport, the guy that's more athletic is going to be more dominant, right? There's tons of examples and everything, you know, and I don't have to give them all just to make my point. The point is this. Whenever you're doing something, if you can realize if it's a new task or a new piece of information or something like that, that you know, truthfully, that it's not difficult, everything is easy. And I'm not trying to intentionally be like over philosophical, but it's truth at its core that everything is easy. There is not anything difficult. It does not become only easier the more that you do it. Okay? It is not always difficult because there is no such thing as difficulty. Difficulty is a perceived illusion. And that is what I'm trying to leave with you today. So when I say that I'm going to be a professional comedian and make money and pay for my house and buy a car that I'm going to be able to drive to shows with, made off of money that I only made from comedy, I will literally be driving a car from something that I created out of emotion. My answer to that, be a professional comedian and pay all my bills based off of making people laugh, easy. Jiu-jitsu, Become a world champion? Easy. And now, watch me do it. Until next occasion, this is Benja Welldone. Check me out. Peace.